Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator with the Rude Man. We're back and we are in Houston, Texas. We're going to be headed to Lubbock, Texas. And I haven't put that in yet. I'll show you what we're going to do today. So we're heading kind of northwest because Texas hangs down low in the country. And Lubbock will take me up even with Los Angeles on the map, north to south. Kinda. Lubbock will take us up here, and then we can just head straight straight west in the next leg towards Los Angeles. So that's what we're doing today. Houston to Lubbock's. And let's get started. I don't want to take too much time getting prepared because it's going to be a long flight. We're back in the turboprop. So let's go in here. First of all, we're going to, let's go down to the throttle. We got, I can't tell. What are we looking at here? Let's put it to the right. It doesn't matter. Again, like I said, we're going to put this on automatic, so we'll be fine. So let's put that in. We're going to make sure we're in idle. Let's put the breaker bar up. We're going to put our battery on. We'll put the mains on, the generator. We'll put taxi lights on. Turn our other lights on. Let's give ourselves a little bit of panel light here. On. I don't know what that is. We're going to put it on. Let's see. We're going to put the ignition is on auto. We're going to put some boost fuel in. Flip that to automatic so we don't have to switch tanks, and turn this on so we can use the autopilot. All right, and give ourselves some oxygen. Let's go down below. No, wait, let's not. Let's kick starter on. All right, and while we're here, we're going to turn this one on. We're going to come down here, and we're going to put this in. Let's see, what are we in now? PDF. Let's put this into MFD, and we're going to do a flight plan. But I'm just going to do it direct. So we're going to go directly to Lubbock, which is KLBB. KLBB. Lubbock Preston Smith International. Enter and activate. So that's all set. We're going to go up here and we're going to set the altitude at 6,000. That's my go-to for touring. All right, and we'll turn the flight directors on. Turn that master caution off. Okay, anything else we need to do? Let me take a quick look here. We'll put these... put that on. I don't think I'm going to need the stall on, but I'm going to put it on anyway. And then let's turn the inertia separator on. We're going to put the bleed on auto. And then we're going to go up above and turn the auxiliary boost off. That's for fuel, I think. We don't need it. The engine's running. Go back here and take a look. Everything's off warning wise except for the parking brake. It looks like everything is okay. The temperature's in the green. This is the oil pressure's in the green. Throttle's okay. We're going to put the flaps to take off. And I think we're ready. All right. So I don't want to use the pushback. It takes too long. So let me see if I can put the reverse engines in. And we can back it up. Whoa. All right, put the brake back on for the time being. And let's see, which way do we need to go? Let me take a look at the airport. Okay. We're way up here. Let's come down here and we'll take off that way. No. Yeah, I want to get on this one right here, I think. Okay, before I do, I don't think I fueled up. So let's throw some fuel in here. All right. Take the parking brake off. Oh, wait. Shoot. I forgot to change the reverse engines. There we go. Okay, slow it down. Oh, we're going to hit that guy. We missed him. See him running? No, he didn't run. He knew I was going to. Oh, I'm driving through rocks and gravel and, man, we're taking a shortcut. William P. Hobby Flight Airport, which is the Houston Airport in Houston, Texas. We'll take a look at the current weather. The weather currently is quite cloudy and overcast. So I have it right now. I don't have it on live weather right at the moment. I don't know whether I'm going to change it or not, because I'd rather be able to tour, be a tourist. I see a couple planes out there. And it looks like there's minimal wind. If you look at the windsock to the left, clear to the left of the screen, it's barely moving. So we don't have to worry about the wind. And I'm going to want to, let's see. I think I don't know which one I need to be on. Again, I won't need the whole runway, so I think I'm going to go ahead and come over. And we'll do a short runway here. See, we can do this one, I think. I think this is good enough. All right, before we take off, let's go back inside and let's look at cabin lights are off. We don't need them on. And let's see. I missed something the other day. I don't remember what it was. Let me look at the above here. Taxi lights. Okay, yeah, we're on the taxi. We're done taxiing. We can actually turn that off. And I have to remember that the landing lights are kind of separate. So when we get there, I'll have to make sure I take care of that. Okay, here we go. We got our flaps down. Now, I saw there wasn't any wind, but something just hit me back there. All right, let's go. We got a positive climb on our rotation. And let me put the flaps up. And we'll put the landing gear up. And then I need to go down and take a look, see if that actually happened. It didn't. So let's grab that, put it up. Gear unsafe. Why is that? Okay. Check gear down, check gear up, light test, gears. So it's up. I don't know why it took so long to get up, but it looks like we're okay. Things are looking okay. I don't need that anymore. And there's our airport. We're up and at it. Like I said, these are fake clouds. Let me go in and put live weather on to see what it does. I do want to be able to sightsee, so. I'll leave it that way for a while. As long as we can see to sightsee, we'll be okay. Seems awful dark, though. There's a plane over there. So we are climbing. We're at 3,500 feet on our way to 6,000. I need to check my speed because I'm overheating. Let me pull the throttle back. All right, and we're at 167 climbing. Let me go inside here. We're going to look at the throttle. All right, the flaps are up. The gear is up. We're off and running. We're 5,200 feet. This is live weather now. I'll leave it for a while and see how it does for us. Houston is a big place, as you can see. There's a lot of civilization in Houston. All right, we're at 6,000. We're starting to come up in speed. We're 189 now that we're not climbing. 190. We'll get up to 200, hopefully 210 to 220. And the cloud cover is about where we're at, so I might go down to get out of it. Let me just see what happens if we come out of these clouds right here. Look at how big the roads are down there. They got to have big roads to haul a lot of people around. They do everything big in Texas, as they say. Hillshire Village. A lot of little towns around here. There's Houston right there. George Bush Intercontinental Airport. I didn't see that. Which Bush is it? There's two Georges. Is Is that daddy or kid? Doesn't say. Maybe it's for both of them. All right, we should be coming out of this cloud here pretty quick. So I'll stay here at 6,000, and I won't come down unless I have to. And we are at 220. That's where I wanted to be. 220 knots. Everything's in the green. Nothing's overheating. Oil temperature is good. The oil pressure is good. Everything's 5 by 5, as they say, wherever they are. West Houston. Go west, young man. What's that red thing down there? What is that? Some kind of track down there. I wonder if it's a dog track. It's just somebody's just got a red tile roof. We found the Weiser, but we didn't find the Bud. Jersey Village in Texas? That's interesting. Looks like an alien with arms, legs, and a big tail. We do have some planes around us. There's one in front of us. It is a Cherokee. It's at 6,000 feet as well, almost 7. It's at 6,900. So he's a little bit above us, but I don't see him. He's just crossing our path right now. Should be up here somewhere. Just above Dry Creek. It's Thursday again already. Heading into the weekend. Believe it or not, we've had 2 days of sunshine off and on. Yes, not today. Not today. It's back to cloudy and overcast again. But the day before, the 2 days before today, we had sunshine. What was that? Saca Grande Acroport. What the hell is that? An Acroport. I don't know what that is. Green Acres is the place for me. Farm living is the life to live. I don't remember what I don't remember words. I never remember words to songs. Okay, I want to see what an agroport is. Is that what it said? Acroport. What's an acroport? Diamond Inn Ranch. Best deals on airports. What is an airport? No, I want to know what an acroport is, and it's not telling me. What's an airport? 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 There's no acroport, so I don't know what that is. It's some form of airport. Now, if it said agroport, I would think that maybe it had something to do with agriculture. What's an acro? Skydive Houston. I'd have to look it up to find out what Green Acres was a TV show. And I'm not entirely sure where it was supposed to be based out of. Was it a California farm? Because these look like New York people, I don't know, or Beverly Hills people. I'm not entirely sure where they came from. They were city slickers. I mean, big time city slickers, like New York, Wall Street type, banker types, Beverly Hills types. And they bought this little farm, and I'm not quite sure where it was. I should look it up. I watched the show a couple of times, but I didn't really watch the show. I knew what it was about and who was in it and all that kind of stuff. It looked fairly funny, but it was par for the course for those times. The TV shows, there's a bunch of them just like it. Waller. Let's see if I can find any information on Green Acres. Oh, let's see here. I go to Wikipedia. I don't trust Wikipedia, but they may have some legit information. The Soaring Club glider port. That's the second glider airport we've seen. Yeah, it was on the same time as Petticoat Junction, the same group of people. Okay, they came from New York City to a country farm, but I don't think it says where the farm was supposed to be. So it received 6 years of solid ratings. And these TV shows, there were a bunch of them of the same nature. There was Beverly Hillbillies and Petticoat Junction and Green Acres and other shows like that. And the networks decided, okay, we've had enough of Podunk USA. We need to put some crime shows or big city shows in. And they purged everything that had anything to do with like country. It was about the same time also as some of the cowboy shows were kind of coming to a close. I remember now. It was supposed to be a place called Hooterville. So, Hooterville, I don't think it was California Farm. I think it was like the breadbasket of the country area, which would have been Indiana, someplace around in there. Hooterville kind of sounds like... oh God, I can't remember the name of the town. What was that football team? It sounded like Hooters or something. Anyway, I think it's probably like in Indiana type area, the Corn Belt, as you will, area. Yeah, it went from 1965 to 1971, and during that time period, there were a lot of westerns on TV. At the early part, in the 70s, it was starting to become more, like there were a few shows left on, like the Wild Wild West, which wasn't Bonanza. You know, the old westerns, cowboy type westerns were kind of clearing them out and coming into like the Adam 12s and the cop shows, the lawyer shows, things like that. All right, what are we looking at here? We're still in Texas. So we're not going up towards Dallas-Fort Worth. We're under that. That's where Scorpion's at, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Tom J. Moore Farm. Navasota. The Faust Farm. Skylane Ranch. I bet there's a lot of ranches in Texas. But look, we've left the city, but we certainly haven't left civilization. There's homes everywhere. They're a lot more spread out because there are probably a lot of farm homes, but look at all the little airports. All right, we're back. Yeah, I had a crash. This one crashed me clear to the desktop. Just in no indication, just a quick stall and boom, I was gone. So I picked up right where we left off. We were flying right next to, where was it? We were past Green Acres. Where were we? I took off from Easterwood. It was a pretty good sized airport, but it's close to where we left off. Flying Sea Ranch was where we were when we got knocked offline. There's Coulter. So we're trying to get back up to 6,000 feet. All right, we are at 6,000 feet, and we're trying to get our speed back. So let me make sure that our throttle is where it needs to be. We're not overheating. It looks like oil pressure is good. Oil temperature is good. Everything's in the green. Try to get back up to our 220 miles an hour, and we're at 200 now. That's some barren land underneath us there at Verisco. All right, we're 212 ITT, which means we're overheating a little bit and cut back a little. 217. All right, we're good. We're good. 220. That's where we want to be. All righty, so we're back up in the air. And our course is off just a little bit because the airport that I took off from is kind of north of the track that we were on. So I can show you on the map what happened. This dotted line right here, that's our trail. So we were coming from Houston straight across this way, and we would have come straight up this way. But right there is where we got kicked off. And so I decided to take off from this airport, which is the biggest one in this little area right here. And so our trajectory is still kind of the same, but it's off just a tiny little bit. And right now, that's where we are. There's us right there. So normally, at this point, we would have been about right here on this trajectory. But that's okay. We'll get there. No worries. No worries whatsoever. Unless we get another kick off the earth. Hearn Municipal. Nice little river going through Texas. Like I said, I've been to Texas a couple of times. Let's see. I was at Dallas Fort Worth Airport on our way to Orlando when I went to Disney World with the family. But like I say, we landed in Dallas Fort Worth, changed planes, and took off again. Now, that being said, it wasn't as easy as that. Dallas Fort Worth is a huge airport. And going from one plane to the other was an ordeal. We were running. We were literally running to get there, and it was quite a way. There was a distance to go, and it wasn't just the next building over. It was quite a ways away. It was clear on the other side of the airport. It was quite a way to go. The other flight that I had into Texas was out of Houston. I was working at the bank at the time, and I was repossessing a truck that was in Mexico, the country. And I had hired a private detective agency to go down and repossess it for me. And they brought it up to the border. And I flew into Houston and drove down to the border from Houston. And I think it was Houston. I should look at a map. I think it was Houston. But anyway, long story short, I got the rig and drove it home to Washington State. And now that I think about it, it wasn't a pickup. It was a Jeep, a canvas-covered Jeep, which they destroyed the canvas cover on. And I had to go over a mountain pass during the winter, and it was not pleasant. I didn't have heat. There was no heat. The top was torn up so bad. I took. As best I could, I duct taped it most of the holes I could get to. And I went to a sporting goods store and I bought a complete ski outfit. The ski pants, ski jacket, the hats, the heavy hats, wool hats, gloves, and some de-icer, and a windshield scraper. And I headed for home, and about froze my ass off when I went over Mount Shasta. And I had to stop every few miles, take the de-icer and scrape the windshield with the scraper. So that I could see. The windshield wipers didn't work either, by the way. I was just damn lucky the lights worked. It was a miserable drive home, I'll tell you what. I learned my lesson, though. When I got back, my boss told me if I'd have known what kind of shape that Jeep was in, I would have told you just to write the loan off. It wasn't worth it. So at one point, as most of you might have heard me say when I worked for the bank, that I was a commercial loan officer, and that's true, I was. But before they'll let you on the loan platform, they want you to go through the collections department because they want you to have experience collecting debts on bad loans so that it might help you better to make a good loan once you got promoted to the loan platform. That was just kind of a rite of passage, if you will. So, and it was a bad job. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like it. I don't like seeing people in stress and distress and down on their luck and stuff like that. That's not anything fun. I didn't like it. And I was very sympathetic towards people. And, I tried to keep it professional. And fortunately, after about 6 months, I became the head of that department. So I still had things to do that were unpleasant, but I didn't have it on a daily basis because I was the head of the department. It was my job to make sure that things got done, and with the staff, I still had to do things. I was still part of the department, and mostly it was you could not go out and do this solo. It wasn't our best interest because you need to have witnesses. Personal items missing in the vehicle, and guess who was going to get blamed for that? So we always went out in a partnership of two people, and we inventoried every little speck of dust in the car when we pulled it in. And so a lot of times, if people were out, I had to be the second person as the supervisor. I would say, well, one of my people would come and say, hey, I got a lead on this car. I can't wait for Jay to get back. And I'd say, fine, no problem. Let's go. I'll go with you. We'll take care of it. Fortunately, I only had to do that for 18 months, and I made loan officer. So, as I did not like it at all. There's nothing worse than trying to go up to somebody that's down on their luck, and you're taking the only car they have to get to work. It's just terrible, terrible stuff. So, but the thing of it is a lot of times you just had to give them a wake-up call. And then I would always make sure that I did the best I could to get their car back to them. Can't you just give me a half a payment this month? Anything so that I can give you your car back. And I tried to do that before it came down to repossessing the car, and sometimes people it's almost like, well, they haven't repossessed it yet, and I've been late the whole time I had the car, so they're not going to do anything. Well, there comes a time where you just have to, and give them a wake-up call, and then try to help them as best you can. It was a terrible job. I didn't like it at all, but I lived through it. Douglas Miller, Central Texas. Chapping. Is that chapping? Charping? Charping. That doesn't make any sense. What's a charping? Alrighty, while we're up here, you guys sit back, enjoy, and I'll be right back. I apologize for that. I don't know if you could hear it. I couldn't hear it. I have sound canceling headphones on when I record, so I can hear the game, but I can't hear other things in the room. And I didn't realize that I had a timer set. I'm hoping you couldn't hear the beep, 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 beep for the last 3 minutes before I left. If you could, I apologize for that. I'm cooking dinner tonight, so I had a meatloaf in the oven. And my son is boiling some potatoes for mashed potatoes, and I may have to go out and mash them if I can't get him to do it. Anyway, I apologize for that. Yeah, meatloaf. I made a meatloaf. They always make me make the meatloaf because mine turns out the best for some reason. I'm good at it. Tick Hill Airfield. My wife, and it's not her fault, she does very well now after all these years, but when we first got married, she literally could not cook water, and people often ask me, what are you talking about? And I said, well, she'll put a pot of water on to boil for noodles, let's say, and then forget it, and then we go in there and the water's almost boiled out. But it's not her fault. She was from a Southern family where her mother would put on, a dress, a summer dress or something like that, to cook dinner before her husband got home, and the kitchen was her domain. It's the only thing she really had, and so nobody went in her kitchen. She didn't allow anybody in there, even to do dishes. That was her domain. And she was a very good cook, but Carol never learned how to cook. So, and then when Carol got out of college, she was a high school teacher, and she made a good enough amount of money that she just ate out every night. So when we met, she couldn't boil water. Now, my dad, he didn't cook every meal, but he did cook, and he was good at it. And so I learned how to cook myself. I left home when I was 15, and I was on my own. I had to learn how to cook, or I didn't eat. So I learned to cook some easy type meals for myself. I did a lot of stew, a lot of chili. Mac and cheese. Everybody did mac and cheese, and I would find things that I enjoyed eating and a couple of decent recipes. Every once in a while, I might tackle a steak and baked potatoes, but I was struggling back then too. I couldn't eat steak and potatoes all the time. I ate a lot of sandwiches. Boiled egg sandwiches, or not boiled eggs, egg salad sandwiches, a lot of tuna fish. I wasn't much for peanut butter and jelly. So, yeah, I didn't do that. But I did eat a lot of chili, a lot of stew. It was something you could cook one night and eat for 4 or 5 days. I mean, literally. Spaghetti, I'd make a pot of spaghetti, and it would last me a week. I would try to cook things that I could turn into sandwiches, like meatloaf. I did a lot of meatloaf because there's nothing better than meatloaf sandwiches. Now, I can't remember. Did I have this on live weather? I do. It is on live weather. Okay. Sweet. Now, I cheated when I got back in the game, and it isn't cheating. I didn't cheat. I'm just kidding. What I did was, when I came back in the game, I had to reload the game. There's an option for you when you choose your airport to fly from. You can choose to be on a ramp or a gate, or you can choose to start on a runway. If you choose the runway, it prepares the plane for takeoff, so you don't have to do anything. And that's what I did to get back into the game. I chose a runway start, and so the plane was already up and running, and everything was set to go. The flaps were down, you know, all of that was ready, and all I had to do was just take off. So you might call that cheating. It's not really. It's just a quick start. Okay, let's see. We're coming up to Muxworthy Hamilton Airport. Should be right on our path, just to the right a little bit. Looking to see if there's anything. Fort Hood was, we passed Fort Hood already. I didn't see it. One of the little airports that we just passed was called Longhorn. That's a cattle breed, and they are Longhorn. I mean, they've got these great big horns that go wide. They're interesting looking cattle. There's Hamilton, and it is Muxworthy Hamilton. Weird. I don't know what Muxworthy is. Let's see. Muxworthy. It's still a ways away, Okay, City Hamilton. I don't know what the Muxworthy is. It's another little airport just to the right of Hamilton. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, it's still part of Hamilton. It's aprons, taxiways, parking, and fuel. There is a hard landing and a soft landing, and it is lit. Not Hamilton. I'm talking about Muxworthy, which is just there. It is. There's Muxworthy over here, not there. I'm just pointing it out because it's kind of a weird name. Muxworthy. What makes you worthy, Muxworthy? No, that's a yacht club. What? There's Muxworthy. A yacht club. A yacht club. What the? The yachts have wings now? Oh, that's the yacht club over there. What's next to Muxworthy? No, it's the yacht club. That's just weird. There's something else right there. Can't see what it is. These things are so close together. It must be part of the same area. And I don't know. Maybe it's maybe that strip is owned by the local yacht club. But do you see any water anywhere? Why would they have a yacht club? Weird. That's weird. Now, there must be a lot of dry area down there. I'm sure that they're irrigating, otherwise there wouldn't be any green at all. So that is a little town of some kind, I think. Kind of got a funny start there. I got knocked off the game pretty early in the flight. All right, let me see here. I'm going to go. Let's go inside and let's pop up to the nav computer. Okay, we're looking at a distance of 218 nautical miles. We started off at 420 something. So we're coming up to the halfway point. It looks like we've got 49 minutes of flight time left. I didn't set a timer, so I have no idea how long we've been up in the air. Take a quick look at all the gauges. Everything's good. The throttle's not pegged out. The prop RPM is in the green. The NG percent is in the green. The ITT is temperature. It is close to being in the red. And then, of course, we have the oil pressure and the oil temperature here. So the oil pressure, we're close to being in the red, and or the oil pressure, I'm sorry. Oil pressure is close to being in the red. Temperature's fine, but what's the speed? What speed are we going? 228. I could drop that down. We're really close to pegging on that one. Let me pull it back just a tiny little touch and see if I can get that oil pressure to come down a little bit and still maintain my 220. Touchy throttle. Alrighty. Yoakum. You silly Yoakum, you. Alright, we're coming up to Comanche Airport. What is that all about? Let's see. Yeah, it's just Comanche. That's the name of the city, is Comanche. So the airport is named after the city. It's got aprons, taxiways, parking, fuel, procedures, and a VASI. A hard runway of 4,994 feet. So that's not a small airport. I mean, it's not a large airport, but it's not a terribly small one either. It's got some facilities. And let's see, we have 150 mile an hour, 150 winds at 10,000 feet. Wait a minute, I'm reading that wrong. The 150 is the direction of the wind. So 150 degrees at 10 knots at 10 knot winds. And then let's see what we have here. I can't remember. What did I do? I need to find that chart I had. I had a chart that broke up the weather for me, so I knew what I was looking at. Let me see if I can find that. Comanche Coast City. What is Coast City? Let me get that chart up. Let's see what we're looking at here in weather. I'm looking for SM, which means what? I don't know. It doesn't say. Now that's a nice little town. Comanche, there's the airstrip just to the right. I don't know what SM is. It's got it on the METAR, but it doesn't have it on the list. Huh. Oh well. No big a deal. Most of the weather ahead is clear. I don't know about our destination. Let me look at it. Okay, destination. A few clouds. It looks like got a few clouds, scattered clouds. At 20,000, few clouds at 14,000. Broken clouds at 25,000. So it doesn't look bad. It's a little bit cloudy, but not too bad. Wind is. What's the wind? 180 degrees. 19 knots on the ground. If I'm reading that correctly, which I probably are not. I probably am not. We'll survive. Maybe. I hope that I remembered when I came back in from the crash, the game crash, not the plane crash. I'm hoping I remembered to check the fuel, because it would have went back to default. I must have, because default is halfway. So it looks like we got 181 nautical miles left to go out of 400. One thing I did not check was the barometer when we took off. Let me see what it is now. It's 29.76 is what's on the plane, but let's see what it really is. 29.69 it is. So that dropped us down about 10 meters. Not 10 meters. A tenth of a meter. Not much. It's already been compensated for. If you know what I mean. All right, what's below us? I don't see anything on the map, but there's something there, a little town. That's odd. What is it? Can't see it. Rising Star. Rising Star. It's not even on the map. Must be a little bitty place. Yeah, it's a pretty small town. But hey, it's on the rise. It says so. Ross Plains. That's an airstrip. Now, it's funny because it says on the map Cross Plains. Oh, that's the city, Cross Plains. And the airport is grayed out. Does that mean that it's not available? On the map, it's completely grayed out. It says there's no facilities and a grass or a dirt landing strip. And the landing strip is only 1,200 feet. So it's very small. Okay, so the sign, is the sign on the airport or on that little town over there? I think it's on the airport, but it says Cross Plains is the town. That's some wispy clouds, isn't it? But hey, it's for all intents and purposes, it's clear out. I mean, we got some wispy clouds up there, but they're pretty scattered. And they don't look too offensive as far as weather. (162 nautical miles left). 228 is the speed that we've been maintaining. Flying across Texas. We got here sooner than I thought we were going to get here. As far as the trip, I really thought we'd still be traveling East Coast down into Florida. But we've already been to Florida and out into Texas and now across Texas. And are we going to Lubbock? Is that what I said? Lubbock? If we get to Lubbock, we're going to be close to New Mexico, I think. I'll have to check the map over, but I think that we're going to make it through. So in the next leg, we'll be out of Texas. Texas is a big state, but we're able to fly, 400 and 500 miles now in a jump with this plane because it's got the speed to it. And I keep forgetting to look at this plane. I want to find out what this plane is rated for as far as height and speed and stuff like that. I got it pretty much pegged out at 227, and that's fine. That's good. But I don't know about elevation, altitude. What's this thing rated at altitude? I'm guessing about 25,000 feet, but I don't know. I went to look it up, and the page I went to is in a foreign language. I found another page. Let me see if I can figure this out here. Takeoff distance, 2,300 feet. It needs 2,400 feet to land. It looks like it'll fly. Its normal range is 1,440 nautical miles. Surface ceiling, 31,000. So we can fly up to 31,000. So 25 wasn't too far off. There's Clyde. Hey, Clyde. Maximum speed is 330 kts. Normal cruise is 290. Economy cruise is 252. So those are all speeds that I haven't reached yet. So there must be a way to tweak it to get more speed out of it. I'm happy with 220. That doesn't bother me. The power plant is made in Canada. It's a Pratt & Whitney. Oh, don't tell me. Don't. All right, we are back. I got crashed the desktop This time, I shut everything down. I shut the computer down, the game down, everything down, and started everything back up again. We're back in the air. We had made it to Abilene, and so I took off from Abilene just a second ago, and we're climbing to our 6,000 feet. There's the airport, Abilene Regional right there. We're going to climb up to 6,000 feet and continue on with our flight. So, there's what we're looking at from Abilene. You can see where we cut off right there. That's where I got kicked out of the game, right here. So we were right over Abilene, so I just took off from there, and we are now right here trying to get onto the straight and narrow. And we're finding our way back on track, climbing 6,000 feet. We're 135, 39, 40 miles an hour, nautical miles an hour. I've got the throttle down a little bit until I get up to 6,000 feet, and then we'll adjust that. All right, we are at 6,000. We're leveling off. I'm going to kick the throttle up just a little bit. Get our speed back. All right. $198, 200 knots. We're going to try to get back to our 220. And we're on our way today. Again. So keep your fingers crossed we can make it this time. I don't know. I should probably do this every time until I figure out what the heck is going on. I never had game crashes in this until the last update we had, which was just a few days ago. Ever since then, every flight I've made, I've got kicked out of the game 2-3 times. Sometimes I get kicked to the menu. Sometimes I just get kicked out to the desktop. This time it's been completely kicked out to the desktop. So we'll see. I'm going to what I should have probably done is I've had my computer running all day. I did a live stream today on Farm Sim. I did some gameplay. Throughout the day. I don't get on to do my flight until after dinner time or around dinner time. And so I probably should have shut everything down and started from a fresh, start anyway. Because you know how Windows is. As if you leave your computer running most of the time, it's going to get bugged up. It's going to get lagged up. So, I should before. And normally, before I do a live stream, like Tuesday and Thursday is my live stream days. And generally, before I do a live stream, I do shut everything off. I shut everything off and start everything fresh because I don't want any troubles during the live stream. And I seldom have them. So I don't know what's going on, but we'll just give it our best. So it looks like we've got 115 miles to go, and we should be there in about 26 minutes. Weather's still holding for me. Looks like a nice kind of an overcast day a little bit. But not really. There's some wispy clouds is all. Got a jet coming over, but they're at 29,000 feet. Just before I got kicked out of the game, I found out that this plane will do about 30,000 feet. It's rated for 30,000 feet. I think for me, 25,000 would be good enough to fly this plane. Of course, when I'm touring like this, I want to stay closer to the ground so that I can see and, rubberneck, if you will. Nice day for a flight. Too bad I have to keep getting knocked off the game. Killian Ranch to the right, about 7 nautical miles away. We got another one coming up. We should be flying right over Fisher County, and the airport should be just to the left of us up here. And if you remember, I was cooking meatloaf tonight. And so I took the opportunity, since I got crashed anyway, to go ahead and eat dinner. So I got to eat with family. I kind of planned on it anyway, but so it just happened. Then I got kicked out of the game at just the right time. And it was... I didn't have to make mashed potatoes. That was going to be my next little step for dinner, and it was already done by the time I got out. So, hey. A team effort between my son and I. There's Fisher County, 7.72 nautical miles. See how big Fisher County is, eh? City of Roby. Rotan/Robbie. It's R-O-B-Y. It's either Roby or Robbie, Texas. And it looks like we got aprons, taxiways, parking, and fuel. A hard and a soft, and it's lit. Longest runway, 3,281 feet. Normal sized little airport. we go, Fisher County. There's a plane down there. It's off runway, but so is this going to be Rotan or yeah, it is Rotan. Wonder where Robbie's at. Rotan/Robbie. Huh. A lot of dry farmland down there. I wonder what they grow. Probably same as everybody else. Some form of wheat, beans, peas, something. That's some rough country down below here. I thought Texas was pretty much desert and flat. But we got some foothills. Oh, what's that? P.L. Fuller Rough Creek Ranch. Wow, that's a mouthful. Like a lonely road below us. Probably hot during the day. Kind of weird looking. What do we got coming up here? Is that Eggs? Can't read it. Biggs? Biggs Ranch? Somebody's last name. Small. Got another one right ahead. I think these ranchers would share a little bit, wouldn't you? That doesn't look like much down there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just a dirt spot. CLM Ranch. What that's short for. We're in Del City, Texas. Del City. In the middle of nowhere. Post Garza County Municipal. Over on the left. I think we're in the middle of nowhere. There are people living out here, but there's a lot of nothing out here. Farmland looks like. Dry farmland. We're used to seeing pretty green farmland. close, though, to Lubbock. We got about 38 miles to go. I'm not quite sure what the runway is going to look like. There is a glide slope, but it doesn't look like it lines up with the runway. Interesting. Well, we don't really. It's clear. We got plenty of clear skies to find the runway and line up to it. So it's running from left to right a little bit at about, I don't know, maybe a 40-degree angle. So once we get up here, if I go off to the left a little bit, I should be able to swing out and come in. It doesn't seem like it took long to get here, but then this is our third attempt, so. Hey, there's a little bit of water down below. Somewhat of a lake down there. That's about the first water I've seen in a long time. Of course, I wasn't really looking for water. Alrighty. Well, wow, what is that? Are those houses? I can't tell. I really can't tell. I don't see any buildings, but it looks like there should be buildings. Lubbock, Texas. Here we are. All right, I think that I might take it out of cruise control. Let me sit up in the seat a little bit so I can see what's going on. Cut the cruise control. All right, and then I'm gonna try to catch one of these glide slopes, just as a visual, like I have been doing. Preston Smith, Lubbock. This is it. Off to the left there. Hey, there's a little bit of water down there. All right, what's going on? I think it's just making noise because I'm moving around. I'm going to try to cut the speed and come down a little bit. We're still doing 216 miles per hour, or knots per hour. Trying to slow it down a little bit. We're not quite there yet, so I don't want to go too slow. All right, I'm going to let me put the landing gear down. I don't want to land there. And then let's put a flap down. Try to slow down a little bit. There's the airport and the landing strip. Down to 110. I have flaps down for landing. Kick on the landing light. Okay, I'm down to 90 miles or knots per hour. I don't want to come any slower than that. I'm going to keep it around there. Bring it down. We're at 4,000 feet. The barometer is changed just slightly. Not quite sure what that is. Lubbock Preston Smith International. All right, I'm kind of off to the right a little bit. Let me bring it back over. Kind of line it up. Not quite in line. I don't think it was too windy, but it was a little bit of wind blowing, and it blew me over. I'm having trouble staying in a straight line here. Okay. Hang on, hang on. Wow, what happened? I must have hit a little bit of air. That was strange. I've got it full rudder to the right, trying to hold it on. It must have been windier than I thought. It seemed like I did check the weather and it was a little windy. All right. Do I have a runway road? Is there one to the left? There is. Yeah, that was weird. I had trouble holding that down. I was looking for an air sock, a wind sock. It seems like now that I'm thinking about it, there was a little bit of wind when I looked at the weather before I got knocked off the game again. But yeah, the landing was fine, but I had the rudder slammed clear to the right, and it was still pushing me off to the left. So there must have been a little bit of wind going here. Beautiful day for flying, though. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, look at that windsock off to the right. It is straight out. And it would have been, yeah, it would have been windy. All right, let's, I'm going to go over where this little plane's at over here. We'll just tuck in next to it. Well, so far I'm happy with this turboprop. I'd not flown one before, and it seems to be a pretty nice plane. I'm just going to pull in over here. I think I'm supposed to actually be coming in this way. A little bit further. All righty, close enough for government work. Shut her down. Put the parking brake on. Cut the throttle. And let's see here. Let's go down to the center to nav. And let's turn the bleed off. Kick these off. Cabin lights are okay. We're going to be getting out because we're closing down. Let's go up above. Kick lights off. Pulse light was off. I thought I had it on. I am almost positive I did. Okay, so starter is off. The ignition is off. That was left in auto, but if you remember, I didn't set this up. I let the game set it up. So evidently the auxiliary can be left at least not on, but on auto. And I had that turned on auto. Let's turn that off. Let's cut this switch here. I didn't have the oxygen on, so again, I didn't set it up. I should have checked it. I didn't. Let's turn this stuff off and close the bar. And then let's let's turn this off. Make sure the engine shuts off. Propeller stops. And we're ready to go into Lubbock and have a night on the town. I hope you had fun. I hope you join me in the next one. We'll be heading out of Texas in the next one, and I'm not entirely sure how far we're going to get. But that's a flight for another day. We're working into the weekend. I hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.